maybe minorities, sexual and gender minorities, have something to teach the church about dying to self, about new life, about...
That was unnecessary.
That is not a sign of God's judgment, okay?
Yes, actually it is, Brandon. That is definitely a sign. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Hey guys, it's Garrett coming to you live from Daily Divers. This is your Daily Dive Disciple. Today's Shenanigan Fridays, which by the way, we also have Testimonial Tuesdays. Stay around for that one. We've got 2 unique videos, 3 technically, but it's about these woke pastors are going out of hand. Dr. Richard Hayes, unfortunately, he passed away 2 weeks after doing this message, but still it's relevant. And then also Brandon, Reverend Brandon, which he's always kind of in the limelight. He's got some intriguing things. He said he recently supports the Satanic Temple. Interesting. So let's kind of dive into this here. They always tend to show their true colors, right? But anyway, so first off, let's do Richard. We're going to do Richard Hayes first. So his sermon is on basically over sexualization and accepting everything. And how he tries to say that God's word does change, which he doesn't. But anyway, so let's dive into this here.
The more we worked on this, an insight came, and this is really Chris's insight initially, not mine, that throughout the biblical narrative, we find case after case where God changes.
No, we don't. No, we don't. It's the same, nonstop. It's always the same. He actually says he's the same. Yahweh says he's the same. Where they get this from? What book are you reading?
Changes what God has commanded to people of faith. It's not. People love to quote the verse from Hebrews: Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Right? But if you actually read the Bible, there are numerous stories where God says, "Do you not see? Remember not the former things. I'm doing a new thing." And
that doesn't say he's changing. Doesn't say he's changing. That just says he's doing a new thing, which he's talking about Jesus. Wow, way to twist it there.
I believe that the Bible has case after case where God discloses a new thing to God's people. There's the passage in the Gospel of John where Jesus says, "I have more things to tell you, but you're not ready to hear them now. But after I'm gone, the Spirit, the Paraclete, will come and lead you into new things."
He's not talking about sexual things, obviously. How could you even come up with this from reading the text? If you actually read the text, no, you're cherry picking things that kind of fit your narrative. You don't want a relationship with Jesus Christ. You want a religion that fits your sexual desires and lusts. That's what you want. Yeah, you want God to accept your sin and not change you. But the whole point is that we're dead, right? We're dead. This is a little ridiculous.
And so we came to believe something like that is what we see happening in the church around these issues of sexuality.
I can't do this anymore, man. My head's about to explode.
God, and the consistent theme of these changes in the Bible is always this widening of God's mercy, the broadening of God's inclusion and embracing more and more people.
Yeah, more people, but not sexual tendencies.
Stop it. Get some help.
You really have to, we should give him a screwdriver so he can twist it the way he wants it to, right? This is a little ridiculous. I don't understand how could you have fallen if he did fall. But obviously it's his time was short because 2 weeks later, unfortunately, he did pass away, which I wish that didn't happen. But still, it's not right that his last message was God's changing. and God says otherwise, which, by the way, stay to the end. I'll actually be able to show you biblical critique on this so you can kind of see where this is in the Bible, and then also, if this helps you, please like, comment, share, subscribe, as that actually helps the algorithm, otherwise, so we can get this out there, so we can help reach more people, if this definitely helped you anyway. If I deserve it. But anyway, so let's go on to Brandon. So Brandon apparently is he agrees with the Satanic Temple, apparently, and he's been in. Brandon Robertson has been around for a while. He's the guy, which I'll show the video next. That actually, you know what? I'll show it now. This is the guy that, by the way, lightning struck and the whole. After he was preaching. This is actually a clip from Living Waters, by the way. I'm a big fan, but yeah, let's dive into this.
The future of the church and of our world is truly in the hands of what Martin Luther King Jr. called the creatively maladjusted. Maybe minorities, sexual and gender minorities, have something to teach the church about dying to self, about new life, about That is not a sign of God's judgment, okay?
No, 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 no.
Yes, actually, it is Brandon. That is definitely a sign. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. That is a sign of God's judgment. But I mean, your lights went out. It's I mean, that's not symbolic. That you're leading to death. That's I don't know what is. But anyway, so here's him actually talking about he agrees with the Satanic Temple.
And you agree with every single tenet of the Satanic doctrine, the secular subversive organization, which is there specifically to destroy Christianity. Is that not correct, sir?
That's not correct, actually. I'm good friends with a Satanist who belongs to the Satanic Temple, and his goal and their goal is not to subvert Christianity, it's to subvert conservative Christianity, Christian nationalism, the kind that I do think that you probably represent.
Christian nationalism did not even exist at the time of LaVeyan Satanism, wasn't even a thing. And by the way, the modern Satanic Temple, which took its lead from LaVeyan Satanism's 10 tenets for the now 7, right, also existed before there was a Christian nationalist movement at all, in order to remove the 10 Commandments from any type of public area, in order to remove any type of public prayer from schools, things like this. I suspect these are all things you support?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
How is that not subversive?
It is subversive. I believe Jesus is subversive.
So you're a subversive.
Yes,
yeah.
I agree with what you said there.
Okay, gotcha. And you agree with all of the tenets of Satanism?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with you people?
Wow. I mean, just laying it out there, huh? He's showing his true colors. He's actually a Satanist.
You shall not pass!
Go figure. Go figure. Of course he would believe everything that they have to offer. You are your own God. It's what is it? One of the things say that it's not. It's my will, right? Is what they kind of say. My will would be done. So they kind of twist everything, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Yeah. I'm not surprised, to be honest, Brandon. Not surprised at all. But I want you to come to Jesus. That'd be great. But anyway, so where is this in the Bible? So this is mainly kind of focusing on the first video you actually saw, which he said about how God's word changes, right? So is this biblical? Let's find out. So Malachi 3:6 actually says, "For I, the Lord, do not change. Therefore, you, O children of Jacob, are not consumed." So he's talking about something about they've been going against God, actually, going against His word and going against Him. And he said He's not going to consume them because He's holding out, right? But he flat out says He doesn't change. So no, you're wrong. You're wrong. And then Psalms 102:27. We got many passages here. It says, but you are the same and your years have no end. So yeah, God doesn't change. It doesn't change there. And Isaiah 40:8, it says, the grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of the Lord, or the word of our God will stand forever. Not only does God not change, his word doesn't change, but also can be his spirit, right? Because the word proceeds from him. So yeah, he, does he change? No. Now, why is this? Why are they falling into this? Well, actually, Ephesians 4:19 says that he says that the people, the minds, he says fertility of their minds have actually changed this way. This is Paul, and he says that they are darkened in their understanding. Here in 18, they're darkening in their understanding, alienated from the life of God because of their ignorance that is in them, due to their hardness of heart. And then in 19, here's the key passage. They have become callous, and they have given themselves up to sensuality, greedy to practice every kind of impurity. Now let's see what he means by sensuality. We should all know what sensuality means, but just in case you don't, I want to kind of show you what he means in sensuality. And so it's the aselegia. And then if you see it down here, it says debauchery, sensuality, lewdness, right? Wanton violence, wanted lewdness. If you keep scrolling down, you'll have more examples of this where it says it's referring to not only wickedness, but the term refers to unrestrained, shameless behavior, often associated with sexual excess and moral depravity. It denotes a lack of self-control and a disregard for moral boundaries, often manifesting in actions that are openly or offensive. In the New Testament, describes behaviors that are contrary to holiness and purity and expected of believers. So yeah, is that not the picture we're seeing here? We don't have to wonder what this word looks like anymore, do we? We see it firsthand in our churches, let alone. And then Hosea 4:10 actually has a prophecy about this. It says, "They shall eat and they shall eat, but not be satisfied. They shall play the whore, but not multiply. Because they have forsaken the Lord to cherish." And so it says about playing the whore. It kind of fills us in on the 13. It says they sacrifice on top of mountains, burn offerings in the hills, under the oak, polar and terebinth. Because of their shade, their shade is good. Therefore, your daughters play the whore, and the brides commit adultery. So it's we get perfect examples of what he meant there. So anyway, if this helped you, please like, comment, share, subscribe for the next one. And then the next one will be Testimonial Tuesday. I do Testimonial Tuesday, so stick around. But till the next time, guys, see ya. What kind of world do we live in, huh? Bye-bye.